You started dating somebody and they come on so strong. They're amazing. Everything seems so great. They're really doting. They're all over you. Everything is going well. And then all of a sudden, you start to feel the pull away. You start to feel their distancing. Their texting isn't the same. They're not asking to hang out as much. And all of a sudden, your nervous system is in a panic because now you're looking at this as, oh my God, I've lost them. And what ends up happening is your nervous system starts to feel like it's in danger because if I don't have them, I'm not safe. But the reality here is you are safe because you have you, not because you have any of these schmoes that you meet on the internet. So, what to do if the person that you're dating starts to pull away? A question I probably get every single day. I know a lot of people might say, match their energy. Like, I will just remove myself then too. And what you're doing is you're not really being authentic then to yourself if that's the game that you want to play. If you are somebody that values open and honest communication, then matching their energy is only going to be inauthentic to who you are. Obviously, you've had 1 or 2 dates with this person. No shit. If they just never contact you, you don't hear from them, they come on really strong, which is again why I will continue to say, stop with the incessant fucking texting. Go slow in dating. If this is a person for you, then spending another month getting to know them isn't going to change that. And I understand if you feel like you have a lot of anxiety and, oh, I just want to quell this and I just want safety, then you're going to come on really strong. But the reality is, and be all in, but you don't know who these people are. So if you've been dating somebody for a month or 2 and all of a sudden you see a crazy shift in their dynamic, here's what I'd actually like you to do. The first thing I want you to do is regulate your fucking nervous system. You have got to come from a place of empowerment and a place of now. And so that could look like going for a quick walk around the block, doing the shakes, grabbing some ice cubes and holding on to them in your hands, whatever you feel like you need to be able to bring yourself into the present moment. That is why we regulate our nervous system, so that our nervous system knows I'm safe because I'm here and I have me. It's not because this person didn't text me back and I haven't heard from them. Because remember, this person's an addition to your life, not instead of. So if you're dating somebody and your entire world is revolving around if they contact you or not, then you have completely self-abandoned your wants, needs, and desires. And now you're just focusing on, are they choosing me? Not, do I choose this person as well? So no, it doesn't mean that you need to text this person 1,000 times and do anything you can to get that connection again. And that's where protest behavior starts to come in. Protest behavior is often exhibited by people with high anxiety. And that is when you feel that the connection has been lost, using different coping mechanisms and protests. Like could be shutting down or yelling at this person or being passive aggressive or matching their energy. These are all protest behaviors. Because you feel that the connection is being sacrificed right now, you're going to do anything you can to try to reconnect with that person, including pushing them away so that hopefully they'll come closer. All of that stuff is not actually going to help, because at the end of the day, if somebody starts to remove themselves, somebody starts to pull away, I want to know what you should actually probably do. And again, it's your life. You do whatever the fuck you want to do. Talk to this person. Have a conversation with them. Hey, I noticed a shift in our dynamic. Am I picking up on that correctly? Because it could be nothing. It could really be that hypervigilance that starts to set in. You feel someone's pulling away. Well, it might not be that they're pulling away. Maybe the texting decreases because it's not sustainable. It's really difficult to maintain a constant texting, constant, always being in trouble, always being on. Text has no tone. So if you're starting to notice, the first thing I want you to really look at is like, what is the dynamic that has shifted? And by being able to sit with this emotion and really stop, the reason I say this isn't because you can you discredit yourself. It's to understand what you'd like to bring to this person to have a conversation about. So if the only shift that you've noticed is they stop texting you good morning, but you're still making plans, you're still seeing each other, it's like, then maybe we just chalk that up to like, this person doesn't want to do something that doesn't feel authentic to them. But if you've noticed that you're seeing this person consistently and now you barely see them, this person's not trying to make plans. They're not trying to see you. They're not calling. They're not texting. It's less about, you used to text and you don't. More about, well, what's coming up for you? Do you feel like you're not a priority? Do you feel like this person is being inconsistent and that is really triggering to you, which you're a human, it would be triggering to anybody? It's okay. The bigger difference here isn't that you have anxiety. Like, yeah, you're a human. That's very fucking normal for you to have emotions and feelings. When it becomes more of a problem, if you will, or kind of like an issue, is when those emotions and feelings take over and become the narrative that dictates your self-worth. So, okay, somebody starts to pull away. Somebody secure would say, hey, I don't know what's going on. I have no factual information. I don't know what's happening. I'll just have a conversation with this person. And if we can't rectify it, all right, I'll move on, right? Because I'm okay no matter what. I'm good alone. I'm good with somebody. Like, I'm not living for somebody else to choose me. Somebody with anxiety will, oh my God, but if they forget about me, that they don't choose me, they don't want me, they don't like me, I knew it. And then it starts to be a spiral. Somebody avoidant might actually be okay with it. They're probably like, oh yay, I don't have to text as much, great. But realistically, every attachment style is going to feel something different. Just because an avoidant person may not say anything, they might feel rejected. They might feel, see, I knew I wasn't good enough. I knew there was nothing I could do. That's right. So fuck it. I'm just going to remove myself. What's the point? It leads to pain anyways. The anxious person has similar feelings, similar fears. So when someone starts to pull away, it's really normal that you might feel uncomfortable because you're a human being. It's normal to feel unsettled. So just talk to them. Always, my number one thing when it comes to communication, ask for consent. Hey, can I share something with you? Hey, do you have time to call me later? I'd love to share something with you. It's not about it. You have to remember, when you get the anxiety, we need to put a speed bump between feeling and fucked. It can't go from everything is, I don't feel a thing. Oh no, everything's fine. And then all of a sudden you have an emotion and then hell in a handbasket. Because what's happening is you're reacting, you're not responding. The adult here in the room now, the you right now, will take a second to say, wait a minute, whoa, what is happening? Okay, so I have a feeling. Feelings aren't facts. So if somebody starts to pull away, stop listening to the clickbait of like, ooh, send him this text to get them back, or do this for her so that she'll come crawling back. I want somebody who chooses me in the same way I fucking choose them. I don't want somebody that feels inauthentic. I don't want to date somebody where I have to convince them of my worth. I don't want to date somebody where I have to convince them to call me or to be with me. So if somebody is not choosing me in the same light that I'm choosing them, no worries. That just means that we're not compatible then. That just means that this isn't my person. And so at the end of the day, there doesn't need to be a crazy narrative that starts to develop. It doesn't have to be that you're the worst person and look, again, it didn't work. Those are old core beliefs. And so we need to be a little kinder with the way that we speak to ourselves. That way, you can actually start to make progress. Because if somebody starts to pull away, more often than not, that has everything to do with them and nothing to do with you. Because if somebody comes on really strong, they're chasing a feeling. They don't fucking know you. They don't know who you are. This person knows the idea of you. They know the version of you that you've presented to them, but they don't genuinely know you. So when somebody comes on strong, my mom has always said, when they come on strong, they've given me a toothache if they're so sweet. That maybe just some boundaries of like, hey, this is really nice, but like it feels like a lot. I don't really know you, and I'm glad we have a nice connection. Like, why don't we just keep getting to know each other? Setting boundaries will then help you from going from all to nothing and to having everything, because again, you have to remember the addiction loop. Your brain is now in an addiction loop when it gets a little bit, and then there's the dopamine that starts to happen, which is a reward drug. So every time you anticipate and wait, and then they contact you, you're starting to get those little bits. So when they start to pull away, your brain is going through a withdrawal. That's literally chemically what's happening in your brain. You're losing those neurotransmitters. So of course you're going to start to feel that anxiety, and your body's going to react, because when your body doesn't feel like it's safe, think about what happened to you. Your heart starts to palpitate. You start to have shortness of breath. You start to feel like you're literally going to explode, because that's how your body, when it feels like it's in danger, it literally feels like it's going to die. And the beautiful thing is, you're not. You're here, right? You're here listening to this. So that means every heartbreak you've had before this, you've been okay. That means every relationship or person that you dated that didn't work out, you're still here. So there's nothing to be scared about. If somebody starts to pull away and you're freaking the fuck out, start to ask yourself, what am I so scared of? What am I so scared of losing? Somebody I never had? Somebody that wasn't even being authentic, that may have just been chasing a feeling? So instead, get curious. Hold space for somebody to be able to tell you how they feel. So if you ask somebody, hey, I've noticed a shift in our dynamic. Am I picking up on that correctly? If they tell you, what, yeah, I'm actually glad we could talk about this, then talk about it. It doesn't need to be you attacking somebody. Maybe somebody just doesn't know how to talk to you about it. And that's not the end of the world. Like, we're humans. And we need to have compassion for other people, but more importantly, compassion for ourselves. So that's okay. If you're spiraling right now, just remind yourself that you are in this moment. You're not a child that's being abandoned by their parents. You're not being left. You don't know who these people are. This is just some boy, girl, they that just maybe is going through some stuff. And it doesn't mean that it needs to be a narrative against you. It doesn't mean that you need to attack yourself. All it means is gain clarity. If you can't just have a conversation with somebody using I statements, then I don't know what relationship you actually think you're going to be able to have. And again, fuck all the clickbait. All these do this to get that. That is gamifying dating. Then you are manipulating other people because you are acting in a way to ensure that you get a specific response. That is the perception of control. You don't actually control other people. You want to know what real control and empowerment is? Taking care of yourself. knowing how you feel, knowing what's coming up for you, and knowing how to support yourself through this so that you can communicate effectively and get the answers that you want or need. At the end of the day, you'll get what you want or need. You'll get what you want, which is them, or what you need, which is clarity. And pretending and saying, oh, I don't want to say anything to rock the boat. Again, if the boat gets rocked by you just opening your mouth, how the fuck do you think you're going to be in a healthy and secure relationship that's going to handle a lot bigger of a wave than this? Now, guys, please don't forget to subscribe, to follow, to like, and to follow along on Do the Work podcast, wherever podcasts are found for you if you want to go deeper and learn more.